Well, welcome to Showtime All the Time, podcast number 2. I got my Celtics shoot-around shirt on today because we're talking basketball with Coach Del Harris today, so we're going to have some fun. First of all, I'm a big basketball fan, so I don't watch as much NBA as I used to. More college basketball now. I'm a Ohio State Buckeyes fan, so actually off to a good start, Coach. So I'm happy about that. But I'm going to get to watch a lot of high school basketball and a lot of AAU basketball in our new Henrico Sports Events Center, which we just cut the ribbon on. So thank you to everyone who came out. Yes. Coach was out with members of the 804 Coaches for Change. And that's really what we're here to talk about is the 804 Coaches for Change Community Classic, December 28th through the 30th at the Henrico Sports Events Center. Our guest today, as I said, Coach Del Harris, head varsity basketball coach at Collegiate School. Coach, welcome.
Thank you so much. Grateful to be here and humbled by the opportunity and excited.
Well, I'm going to give everyone a little background on Coach Harris here. So, as I said, head basketball coach at Collegiate, director of Team Richmond Boys AAU basketball.
Yes, sir.
Vice president at 804 Coaches for Change and operates the Del Harris Basketball Leadership Academy. How do you fit all this stuff in?
It's all connected. Basketball, young people, and serving the community.
Well, and I'm not done either. So also USA Basketball Youth Development Program. Yes, you were one of the on-court coaches as well for that.
Yes, was fortunate to be an on-court coach for the junior national team, and then was fortunate to bring the first gold middle school boys and girls camp here to Collegiate. So some of the top 8th and 7th graders in the country. So very grateful for the relationship with USA Basketball and volunteering time to help make basketball better.
Well, and that's a great word, volunteering and giving of your time. And all this stuff weaves through basketball. He's an inspirational speaker, speaks a lot on leadership, but also got a playing background and again, a coaching background on the collegiate level. How about talking a little bit about that?
Yes. Fortunate, one of my mentors, Coach Jerry Wainwright, former coach at University of Richmond, gave me my start in college coaching, and I was fortunate to be an administrative assistant there, and then the journey led me to Virginia Military Institute, where I had a chance to coach a bunch of great players, Reggie Williams, Matt Muir, you could go on and on. But then from there to Morgan State, historical black college in Baltimore, learned so much. And then fortunate to be a college head coach at Vassar College, high academic institution in Poughkeepsie, New York, an assistant athletic director. And then full circle, coming back home here to Richmond, and 8 years later at Collegiate, and loving every minute and just grateful to be involved in it.
Well, we're glad you're back home, and we're glad that the impact that you're making in the group that you're making. We'll get into that a little bit more here in a few minutes. But, how are the Cougars doing? Let's talk a little collegiate basketball here to start. It's early in the season. What's happening?
New year, new spirit, new opportunity, a great group of selfless young men. We're just still finding out who we are, but a bunch of guys who just love to play together, and we're playing with joy, and it's fun, right? Like basketball is supposed to be fun, and trying to play the right way.
Talking about, your love for teaching the game, your passion for the game, and then how you can take the life lessons that you can learn from basketball and instill that into our young people. I really want you to really educate all of us on 804 Coaches for Change. What is that? What does it mean? What's the why behind 804 Coaches for Change and that mission?
Yes, we started off with the George Floyd tragedy, which actually brought people together, right? That was the change at the time, and still working on that, right? But we are a change agent. That's what we have evolved to. And a bunch of selfless coaches who compete hard on the court against each other, but come together and giving youth a voice, great community work and leaders and people doing right things in the community, aligning ourselves with other positive people. And then also, whether it's our community nights or whether it's our CARES League conversations on race and equality, whether it's getting students to realize, like, hey, you don't have to go to the NBA, you don't have to go to the NHL, you don't have to go to Major League Baseball, but you can be a trainer, you can be a coach, you can be a referee, you can be a video coordinator, you can be an administrator. Yeah. Well, you can one day work at the Henrico Sports Events Center, right? But there's just so much to it than just playing in the game. And so just bringing awareness to issues like that, and then lining up with like-minded partners. So whether it's the PV Project, Jacob's Chance, Cover One, just supporting other people doing positive work in the community.
And make sure I understand this too. You guys have extended this beyond basketball coaches, right? You've got some other coaches involved as well?
Yes, track coaches, and we it's the 804 Coaches for Change. It's not the 804 basketball right now. That's just the platform. But come on, lacrosse coaches, come on, soccer. From that first event, we had so many coaches out at that peaceful protest at the Arthur Ashe statue. And so college coaches, rec ball coaches, we're all coaches in a leadership position, right? And coaching gives you a chance to a voice to impact a young person's life in a positive way, right? So the more coaches we can have from different sports, we'd love it.
Great. And you talked about basketball as the platform. Obviously, 804 Coaches for Change Community Classic, December 28th through 30th, as I said, at the Henrico Sports Events Center. And again, part of this, we just really want to encourage everyone to come out and see these young athletes participate. Yes. But talk about that classic. Again, it had some roots a while ago. There was a pause. You guys have brought this back. Take us through really it kicks off on Wednesday night with a dinner for the athletes. Take us through the teams and everything, and how the classic will play out here later in the month.
Sure. Well, our founder, Daryl Watts, head varsity boys basketball coach at Armstrong, and our president, his team will be participating in it, right? And one thing we wanted to do is just not so much the best teams, right? Let's get the right teams who want to be a part of it, because again, it's so much more than basketball, right? Kicking off with a banquet on the 27th at St. Christopher's, where we'll have a lot of our local sponsors and things like that, and the teams get a free meal, right? Let's dress up, let's come together and get a chance to know each other, right? Community, so we're excited about that. And then, as I said, on the 28th through the 30th, girls teams and boys teams, public and private, we're going across county lines here. It doesn't matter, right? We got Richmond schools, we got Chesterfield, we got Henrico, we got Matoka coming up. So really excited about that. And then tying in the Richmond Times-Dispatch, who's a big-time sponsor, great support. And me being a Richmond guy, growing up here in the long love for Richmond basketball, the Richmond Times-Dispatch tournament, right? So we don't have that anymore. We said, hey, how could we bring and shed some light on that tournament that we used to all enjoy so much? And so we'll honor some all Richmond Richmond Times-Dispatch all Metro people, which we're excited about. And it's going to be good basketball. We got great coaches, great players, and it'll be a fun event for 3 days.
And I'm glad, Coach, that you mentioned it's boys and girls. Just to see where the women's game where it's come, where it is now. I mean, absolutely just exploding. I mean, we're fortunate. We're hosting the A-10 Women's Basketball Championship in March. Looking forward to that. But talk a little bit about what you're seeing on the women's side of basketball.
Yeah, well, I'm a boys coach here, right? And I'm saying, I enjoy watching girls basketball or women's basketball. Just they play the right way. Yeah. They play the right way. They play selfless. They're very fundamental in what they do. Actually, my career, long before I was a head college coach or AAU or high school, I started off coaching girls middle school. The women's game has just been tremendous. You see the young lady at Iowa and all the popularity that Caitlin Clark, all the popularity she's brought to the game, the WNBA, and so the women's game is just unbelievable. And then we have great basketball talent here on the boys side too. But we got some great talent on the women's side here in this central region area. Well,
I'm going to blow your mind, Coach. So I actually had some coaching in my background. So when I was in college, I was a volunteer assistant for the high school I went to, St. John Central High School in Bel Air, Ohio, as a JV coach. And then I was 1 year as the JV head coach, and then became the girls basketball head coach for a year. We had a great team, went 19-4. Had some great talent.
We might need you to join the staff. We need some of that magic. We need some of that help.
But you mentioned this earlier, and why I brought that up too, because of that background, and I loved what I was doing. But you talked about there's other things to do off the court. So, and I got to one of those forks in the road decision point times. Am I going to pursue maybe being a basketball coach, a high school teacher, or something like that? That was really something I was looking hard at. Or am I going to go down the sports administration route? I obviously chose the latter. It's worked out. I've been in this business for over 3 decades, and I've loved every minute of it. I mean, it's a fantastic business to be in, from a sports administration side. So there is life off the court.
Yes.
There are things to do, and
Yes.
and Coach and some of the folks that he worked with gave me the opportunity, along with some others here in the community, to speak to some of the young people and talk about other things in sports to see and do. So I appreciate you bringing that up. So talk a little bit more about the people you work with and how the community can get involved, ticket sales, sponsorship, things like that.
Yes, a tremendous team of good people. High character people. Stephen Lewis, Assistant Athletic Director at St. Chris, is just outstanding, along with Hamill Jones, the head varsity boys basketball coach, who's on our board as well. We wouldn't be anywhere without Molly Reinhardt and Befriend and that partnership, and she's been outstanding and one of our major supporters as well, so very grateful for her. Chris Johnson on our board, Coach Basil at Stewart, so just great people, again. And the event, the 28th through the 30th, boys and girls, the girls' games, they kick off on the 28th, and a fun-filled day. Again, we got teams from Henrico, teams from Hanover, the matchups, everything is on our website, 804 Coaches for Change. Please follow us on social media. We're going to be blasting this out the next 2 to 3 weeks. Our early bird tickets, December 11th. December 11th, right? December 11th. Go get them online right now. And then our major sponsors, the Virginia Credit Union, has been great, right? Spreading the mission of financial literacy. And again, that's just
ties back into everything.
It's bigger. It's bigger than basketball. Anthem Health Keepers, who've been outstanding too. And so, and then the boys games on the 29th, a full day of boys game, full slate, great games. Collegiate, we're fortunate enough to play in it, year 3 for us. So we'll throw the ball up against Meadowbrook, and a great respected program out there. Coach Lewis on the board, and Coach Jones. St. Chris will be in it as well, and along, as I already said, with Coach Watts. And then the championship games, fun full day of the championship games on the last day. So
we're rolling all day on December 30th. We're going morning to night. Come on out. Again, those early bird tickets, $12, be $15 at the door. So come on, save a couple bucks. And then what we're most excited about, youth groups. We've got about 20 to 25 youth groups throughout the greater Richmond area that we're inviting, whether it's boys and girls clubs or youth basketball leagues, churches, like any youth group that's bringing positive youth together. Again, bigger than basketball. Come on out, see what our sponsors are doing, see what some of our vendors are doing, and then watch some good basketball. Absolutely, and we'll put some information up on the podcast and the graphics and stuff, so everyone can know where to go. Awesome. Now, you've seen the Sports and Events Center, I think, from maybe groundbreaking to ribbon cutting. Yes. So, what's your quick assessment of the place?
First class, state of the art. Well done. In my travels with AAU, USA Basketball, I get to go around and see a lot of other venues. This one, being here in the capital, right, in the Commonwealth, this is going to be great. And so it's something that I think Virginia needed, right, our area needed. And so it's beautiful. It's going to service a lot of different sports, a lot of different youth groups, and it's positive. I mean, it's positive change. So really, really excited about it.
And we're excited to bring it to life and bring it to our community and really get things rolling in there. So we do have some great basketball coming up throughout 2024. So encourage everyone to check out the 804 Coaches for Change, the 810 Women's Basketball Championship. We'll be talking more about that in an upcoming podcast. And I got to make a quick plug too for the Shooting Stars Youth Basketball Day. This is our first attempt to working with our Recreation and Parks Department. January 5th, kids are off school. Parents are looking for something for the kids to do. Yes. Bring them out for a day of basketball camp. It's $25, open to the first 200 registration. So it's going to be a fun-filled day for the kids ages 8 to 12 to come out and learn some basketball, learn some life skills as well, and have a great day at the center as well. So I'm going to encourage everyone to check that out.
Definitely. No, we'll be promoting that, and life skills, fundamentals. You're off school, go get in the gym and get better.
That's right. Yes. That's right. Get off the video games, come run around, shoot some basketball. Or maybe I'll show up in my Celtics shooting shirt, All right, Coach. As we close things out here, one of the things that we wanted to do with this podcast and with our guests is give them an opportunity to bring something or some things that have some special meaning to them in this world of sports that we participate in. It could be a picture, a program, game ticket, a little show and tell.
Yes.
So, Coach, you brought a few things.
Yeah.
You're going to share, and then I'm going to share. So, lay it on me. What do you got?
I wasn't sure what to bring, so I brought 3 things, but don't like to talk about self here, but living in humility, but was fortunate at 12 years old, 1990, AAU All-American.
That's fantastic.
One of the top 16 players in the country. They don't do that anymore. Went out to Oklahoma City and achieved this award. But great teammates and great coaching, and so very grateful. This is near and dear to my heart.
Congratulations.
And then
on that.
I figured, right, tying in the Richmond Times-Dispatch. This is the championship ball from the 2018 team, Richmond Times-Dispatch. We won that at Collegiate School. Robbie Barron, who plays at Virginia Tech, and Mac McDonald, who plays at Navy, former Collegiate Cougars, who were on that team.
So, Coach, was that the last year at the Coliseum, or was there one?
We were the year before.
Okay.
Yeah, the last year, I think Stewart got that, or Trinity.
All
Yep,
right.
they were the champions. But
You had some players on that squad.
we were close, and a couple Division I guys, were excited. And then this is kind of what it's all about. Evan Justice, who made his major league debut, playing for the Colorado Rockies, played at NC State, a collegiate Cougar, who played basketball and baseball. Baseball was not was his main sport. Basketball was not his main sport. Again, multi-sports, right? But he loved it, and he signed this ball. I believe it's one of the ACC balls, where he said, "Coach Harris, I appreciate all your support and influence." Evan Justice. So this is dear to my heart, a game ball, and that's why we do it, right? It's not about the wins and losses, but a young man to take time that he achieved his dream at the highest level. And again, I wasn't even his main sport coach, right? He had a great, outstanding baseball coach, Andrew Slater, who's one of the best in the state, but humbled and fortunate that he took the time to share that with me.
And that's fantastic. And, I don't know where you keep these things, and I have a lot of things in my office, things that spread out at home. You walk in, you see something, gives you that smile, warms your day when you see stuff like that. So, and I have 2 things that actually live in my office.
Okay,
so I'm gonna bring those up here. So, all right. So as I mentioned, I had a little stint as a basketball coach. Huge basketball fan. Spent the first 18 years of my career in Southern California.
Okay.
But was a big fan of the legendary John Wooden.
Oh yeah, you can't get better. Can't get any better.
Yeah. So this is a picture of me actually emceeing a press conference at the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim.
Wow.
We were fortunate. I was working for the Big West Conference at the time, and we put a bid in to host the NCAA men's basketball championship.
Okay.
So we were awarded the West Regional Final in 1998.
Okay.
But before we could do that, we had to have college basketball played in the building.
Okay.
So worked with some outside promoters to create the John R. Wooden Classic. They were doing one in Indianapolis. They did one in Southern California. So that first year, I'm going to get the teams wrong, but obviously UCLA was in it.
Sure.
Duke was in it. So interestingly, in this picture, I have the full picture. Coach K is actually sitting over here during the press conference. Wow. So that was pretty cool for me to be able to MC a press conference. But then to have Coach sign it as well was really special. So this lives in my office. And interestingly, you can't talk about Coach Wooden. You can't talk about leadership without talking about Coach Wooden's Pyramid of Success.
Yes.
All right, and then the 12 lessons in leadership.
Mm-hmm.
This lives in my office as well.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had someone, when I was working at Michigan International Speedway, cut these pyramids out for me from some wood, and we just glued this on. Something very simple, but gave to our staff there. And it always warmed my heart when I would walk into someone's office and this is sitting in their office. So if you haven't checked out Coach Wooden's Pyramid of Success, do it.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
So great man, great lessons, obviously great basketball coach. So those are my 2 connections back to hoops.
Impressive. That's impressive. But a life coach.
Yeah.
A life coach. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
Again, to especially the young people listening, there are other things to do than dribble a basketball, throw a baseball in this crazy world of sports that we live in, but we love it. So, Coach Harris, thank you for your time. Also have a little gift for you, a little Showtime all the time mug.
Okay.
Got a basketball in here.
Okay.
I know you saw these the other night at the ribbon cutting.
All right.
But now you can have this in your office.
Thank you.
But again, I just want to encourage everyone, please come out and support the 804 Coaches for Change, December 28th through through the 30th. You're not just going to see some great basketball. You're going to see some great young people who are going to make an impact off the basketball court. So, Coach, I'll give you the last word.
Yes. No, again, extremely grateful. Thank you for having me. And again, one of my favorite quotes is like, lead with love, not your ego. Right, and everything we're doing is selfless and lead with love. And young people, again, those different careers, you can be anything you want to be. Anything you want to be, believe in it. And this is just an event to say we believe in the community, we believe in youth, and believe in trying to do the right thing and changing people's hearts and just bringing people together, unity. So we're really excited, and come on out and watch some great hoops during the holiday time for a great cause.
I can't top that other than to say thank you. Showtime all the time, podcast number 2, and lead with love. You heard what Coach said. Let's do it.
All right.